Hey guys, I'm Prithviraj from PR75K, and many people DM me on Instagram asking me to make more videos on phone photography, and I kinda have been ignoring phone photography for a while on my channel, so I'm planning to do more videos on phone. So if you're into that, then please subscribe to my channel if you're new over here. And for this one, we'll talk about how you can take some stunning portraits using your Android smartphone. And if you're new to photography in general, then I'm planning to make a video on manual mode basics. So please subscribe to my channel to get to know when I upload it, and DM me on Instagram if you want me to make a video on a certain topic or just want to get in touch with me. So go follow me over there. The first tip is to use portrait mode. I kinda have a mixed feeling with portrait modes, and I also made a video explaining why I don't prefer that portrait mode myself. But still, you can't ignore the fact that the results are quite decent enough so you can use it. So when you are taking portraits, the depth of field plays an important role. So if you're using portrait mode, then you get that background blur and you get the shallow depth of field effect. To get better results in portrait mode, so make sure that there is enough distance between your subject or the model and the background so that you can get more blur. Tip number 2 is to adjust your exposure. So this is the thing I keep in mind and I do myself in every photograph I take using my smartphone. So what this basically does, our phone cameras kind of have a tendency to make our photos look more brighter and thereby making it look fake and unrealistic. So you can just compare the two results side by side and see the difference by yourself. So what I basically do is just decrease the exposure while taking the photos, and if I want the exposure back, then I can bump it up while editing it. So keep one thing in mind, that it is easier to increase the exposure than decrease it. Like you can make the photos more brighter, but when you make it more darker from the brightness, then you lose a lot of detail, so keep that in mind. Most of the phones have this feature inbuilt in the default camera apps. If you are using a Samsung phone, then you get this toggle at the bottom to control the exposure. If you are using an iPhone, or maybe as much I recall, OnePlus also has the same technique. So you just focus on your subject, then you'll get the slider. You can just decrease the slider to adjust the exposure manually. Uno, dos, tres. So tip number 3. So if you have a good enough background or maybe a decent background, and you can just place your subject at any of the sides, that is the rule of thirds. You can use the rule of thirds and place your subject at a corner or something in the frame. I don't think I need to explain much because the photos like this are very common, so it's just easy. Place your subject at either sides. Tip number 4 is get up close. So when you don't find a good enough background, then you can just focus on the main thing of portrait photography. That is, get up close, fill the frame with just the face of the subject. It is often best to just get up close and take a photo of someone like that, instead of showing the whole body and all, because that is what actually portraits were. So these are the real form of portraits which existed back then as well, because portraits usually mean just the face, as much as I remember. Tip number 5 is to shoot more and make your model feel natural. So you can just ask your model to do some movements and you can just keep on clicking photos using your smartphone. So in that way, you have many photos so that you have a variety to choose from, and you might often get a natural smile from your model, which often looks better than the fake poses. The last point, and by far the most important point, is how you edit the photos. Like everything depends on the post-processing. It all comes down to editing. So your edits can either make your photos look better or worse. Take these two photos for example, which one would you prefer? There are tons of photo editing apps on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, so you can just explore and find which one works the best for you. If you ask me, I'll personally say either use Visco or use Lightroom Mobile. I kinda have made a few videos on Lightroom Mobile, so you can click the I button just to see one of the videos I made on Lightroom Mobile. And if you want me to make more videos on Lightroom Mobile, then comment down below as well. I just hope you found something helpful from this video and might have learned something new. And if you did, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more such videos like this. And like I said, if you want me to make a video on a certain topic, then DM me on Instagram. So thanks for watching again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, hasta la vista.